A person became knocking at the gate, his clothes simple and worn, dust clinging to the rims from an extended adventure. The solar beginning to dip, casting a warm orange glow throughout the quiet suburban road. A girl opened the gate, her brow furrowed with interest. "Sure, ma'am. Whom are you searching out?" "I am searching out my son," the antique man answered, his voice gentle, nearly hesitant, sporting the load of years. She shook her head, harassed. "I'm sorry. Excuse me. I think you're at the wrong cope with." She glanced at the crumpled piece of paper he exceeded her. "That is the cope with. See for yourself." She opened up it carefully, her eyes scanning the handwriting. Her residence quantity, her husband's call. Her frown deepened. "Wait, that is my husband's name." The vintage man smiled faintly, a hint of sorrow in his eyes. "Sure, he's my son." Her face tightened, disbelief written across it. "It really is now not possible. My husband's parents. They may be useless." Her hand trembled as she pulled out her cell phone and dialed her husband. "What's up? Weren't your dad and mom? You informed me they handed away lengthy ago, right?" On the alternative cease, his voice become clipped, tinged with infection. "What kind of query is that?" "This of course they did. Years ago." She ended the call, a chilly knot forming in her stomach. The antique guy quietly reached into his worn coat pocket and pulled out a diminished photograph. "That is my son. He was 10 once I closing noticed him." She leaned in, squinting on the image. The boy in the photo had the identical eyes, the equal smile. Her voice became slightly a whisper. Yeah, he seems just like him." Worry and hesitation flickered in her eyes, but slowly she opened the gate. "Are available, please?" I'll get you a few water." The person stepped in her, his moves cautious and planned, as though he feared breaking the delicate quiet of her domestic. She followed, keeping her eyes on him, unsure whether she changed into being type or reckless. An hour later her husband walked in from paintings, dropping his keys onto the counter. He iced over, taking within the scene. "What the hell is that?" "This. Just answer me," she stated, her voice trembling. "Is he your dad?" Her husband's jaw clenched, his eyes darkish and unreadable, fixed on the antique guy. "I ended calling him dad a long term in the past." The vintage man diminished his gaze, but his voice turned into consistent, calm, packed with a quiet dignity. "My residence, my land, my savings. Due to the fact I notion you'd deal with us." Her husband turned away, silent, his hands trembling slightly. She stared at him, disbelief and sorrow, mixing into tears that brimmed and fell freely. This isn't the person I cherished. I made a mistake falling for you," she whispered, the pain in her voice slicing through the heavy silence. She looked back on the antique man, and lightly, nearly reverently, located her hand on his arm. "You don't fear, uncle. I'll take care of you, Kearney." For a protracted second, the three of them stood inside the quiet residence, the weight of years pressing down on each unstated phrase.